Hey, this is Tom Nash, and back in April, I made this video. Let me pull it up on the screen so you guys can see it. April 18th, 2023. The share price of Palantir was $8.80. It was already up 38%. And I told you, literally, I told you, this is your last chance to invest. I said it. Now, this isn't financial advice. This was not and is not a recommendation to buy or sell Palantir. It's just my own personal opinion. But I said, hey, this is just getting started at $8.80. This is your last chance. And of course, this aged like fine wine. And this stock is currently at $20 per share. And at this point, the same people who were telling you that this is a bad idea to buy a stock that just skyrocketed 40%, they're now saying, well, look, this stock used to be $9. Why would I pay $20 on this stock? Because currently, look, it's trading at $20 per share. $20 per share for a stock that used to be $9 per share just 4 months ago, 3.5 months ago. That's too expensive, Tom. We're not going to buy that. And I get it. I get where you're coming from. But look, there's a chance that this keeps running. There's a chance it pulls back. I don't know what happens, but when you get into the psychological mindset of chasing a stock and trying to wait for pullback, timing the market, it's a very dangerous place. Now, why did I keep buying Palantir when it was dropping like a stone? Look, Palantir, this is when I came in. November 2020, $18.15 was my entry point. The first video I ever made Palantir was here. Stock drives up to $35 per share. Everybody says Tom's a genius. I get so much love. Then stock drops all the way to $8, all the way to $7 in 2022. Everybody says Tom's an idiot, right? Tom's a genius. A year later, Tom's an idiot. Now Tom's a genius again, by the way. I don't know if you noticed. And first of all, if you are one of the people who called me a genius, then called me an idiot, and now is calling me a genius again, please unsubscribe from my channel. I don't want you as a viewer. I don't want you as a follower. It's nothing emotional. It's just you're not a long-term investor, and my channel isn't going to give you any value. So if you are one of the people who are hating on me and now like me again, just move away to a different channel. This is a long-term investing channel. I mean, I serve no purpose for you. No hard feelings at all. Just unsubscribe. It's okay. I don't mind. Now, so why did I not sell here at $7.40? Stocks go up and down, but a drop like this from 35 to 7, that means, the company's done for, right? I had YouTubers telling me, sell this stock, it's reputational damage, you're associated with Palantir, you have to, stay away from it. We had famous YouTubers who sold Palantir just for the clout. It was fashionable to hate on it, etc., but, I never sold. Why? Because I had genuine belief in the company. I had faith based on my due diligence, my process, my method, my system, my own discipline, which I teach, by the way, on my Patreon, patreon.com/Tom Nash. This is literally what we teach on Patreon. How to become a long-term investor in good companies over time using dollar cost averaging without emotions, without FOMO, without anxiety. So I was using my system to stay disciplined. I have faith. I have conviction. I don't care that the stock drop. Very, very simple. The only thing I've done through that time is dollar cost average into the stock, no matter the price. Price goes up, price goes down, buy the stock at all times. But, buy more when it dips, buy a little bit less when it raises the price a little bit higher. Very, very simple. So my dollar cost average, my weighted average have come down significantly because I kept on buying when the stock was lower. But now we're at another juncture here. And at this juncture, by the way, all the data you're seeing on the screen now is powered by Stock MVP. So now we're at the second juncture right now, because now Palantir is facing earnings again. And as you know, Palantir during earnings season is a very volatile stock. It's almost kind of manic depressive. Very, very volatile stock. You never know where it's going to go. It might dip like crazy. It might drop to $14 a share. It might even go lower, God forbid. Or it might spike and go to $30 like SoFi did. Who knows? There's no way for me to tell you where this thing is going to go in the short term. It's impossible. I'm a long-term investor. So the reason, I stayed true to myself is because when it was, $7, my process didn't change. So what happens in earnings right now? For me, very, very simple. I see this company. I see the numbers. In December 2020, this company generated $1 billion of revenue. Currently, it's on pace to deliver $2 billion of revenue at the end of this year. Now, a company that doubles its revenues in 3 years during a pandemic, a macro environment with a lot of challenges, high interest rates, a lot of issues, and they doubled their revenue in 3 years during that time, I feel very confident about the stability of the business and the growth trajectory of the business. But for me, it's very, very simple. If the earnings are such that the stock dips and it goes below $18, and I've explained multiple times why 18 is that number for me. If it drops below $18 per share, I'm going to start doubling down on my dollar cost average. I'm going to dollar cost average a little bit faster. If the stock stays above $18 or even spikes, I'm going to keep dollar cost averaging at my normal pace, at my slower pace. Why would I sell now? Whether it goes down or up, if it goes to $14 or goes to $30, why would I sell now? Why stop buying now when I know this company has a lot more potential? We haven't even talked about the fact that we have many catalysts coming up for Palantir for the next year. We have the Titan deal, we have the NHS deal, we have the S&P inclusion. All these things are going to be major catalysts for Palantir over the next year. Why would I sell now? Especially when this is a bulletproof company. We've just seen it through the pandemic and through the macro environment. They have 50% of the business coming from the Department of Defense, which is an anchor. They're going to get, projects no matter how bad the economy is. They have 111% retention rate, $3 billion in cash, no debt, massive pricing power. Top 20 clients are paying $50 million per year on average, 80% gross margin. I mean, all that with a price to sales 20% lower than Snowflake. I mean, come on. This is a no-brainer. Now, to me, this isn't for anybody. Palantir is a very unique stock. My bottom line here is, number one, make sure you make a binary decision. The binary decision should be, do I invest in the stock or not? It is an expensive stock. It's priced for perfection. And the only way you should be investing in Palantir, in my opinion, this isn't financial advice, is if you have high conviction and you think that this is the next trillion-dollar company. If you don't see that with Palantir and you're trying to play the greater fool theory to buy it now because you think it might go up, don't do it. It's a bad idea. You're going to be slammed. Do not do it. Now, obviously, all this data right here is coming from Stock MVP. Go check out Stock MVP. There's a discount code called LAST40. You're going to get 40% off for the rest of the lifetime of use. And if you want to learn the system of how to invest long-term in a company like Palantir, which is extremely volatile and isn't cheap, head on over to patreon.com/Tom Nash. We have one last spot left for the Academy and plenty of spots on the regular $5 membership, which gives you full access to our Discord, to all the rooms and everything, full access to the community. We have a Palantir room dedicated for Palantir. Would love to see you there on the Zoom calls and all that good stuff. Love you all. I'll see you in the next video.